Let's solve a spiral matrix problem. In this problem, there is a m by n matrix given, and we need to traverse this way. You can traverse this row. That's the anti-clockwise, or not anti, but clockwise direction. This is the clockwise direction here, and from there we can just say like left to right, not a clockwise, but left to right, and then top to bottom, and then here and here and here, like this. Traverse this and store that in a result and return this thing. So here the algorithm, or the way I'm going to write this is, first I will count the number of items in this. So that is number of cells actually. So how to know number of the cells? It's the row and the column. So if you multiply row and the column, so 3 is a 3 row, and the max column is 3. So 3 into 3 is a 9. And then in a loop I will start from like the count 1 and less than equal to 9 in this example. So the outer loop will run for that number of cells, and in the inner loop will traverse this row, traverse this row, this row, this row, column, row, and again column, and then again. So we can do that. So it will be easy, just when we concentrate this, and that's all. Just we need like a little bit more focus how I'm traversing this, how I'm changing this row and the column value, and then that's all. There's nothing, any special logic here. So let me do that and just write the code along with me, and it will be easy. It's just traversing the row and the column, that's all. So here I can say the R0, that is row starting, row is 0, starting from there. Column, I'm starting column from 0, and then I want to know row max. So row max, how many rows are here, so the length of matrix. Then also I want to know the column max, how many max column is here, so length matrix 0. And then I want to know how many cells are here, so I can say total count is rm in total count is rm into cm, and I will start count from the 1, and there will be loop for count less than equal to total count. So that's the logic. I just put it here, and then we'll start traversing. So here first I will make a note, and that note help me to write the code, next code. So here I'm traversing from left to right, so I'll just write that left to right. And when I traverse left to right, then this row is fixed. See, the same row, so row is fixed. I will write this also, row fixed. And then what's the changing? The column is changing, so column changing. And this helps me to write the for loop here. So I know the column is changing, so in that case I want to start traversing this column wise. Row is fixed. So, and for the variable I usually use I for row and j for the column. So I will start for j, because I know the column is changing, so I will start j, and j I will start from 0. So this column is here, this column I put the 0 here, so I start this thing here, and then j less than, j is changing, so j will start from here, and j should be less than the column. This is the column max, this is the column we are changing, so the column max, and j plus plus. So we are done with this. Increase the counter, count plus plus, and then we need a result variable. So let me type result, and this type is this one, return int. At the end I can return result. I will append that value in a result, so result is equal to append result. The next thing I want to put the matrix, and let's decide what should be I and j. So we know this row is fixed. We have made a comment, row is fixed. So in this case I can just use row R, and the column is changing, so I can use a J here. J. That's done. So once this traversal is done, then we need to understand this left to right is done. Then we want top to bottom traversal, but we want to start from next item here, next, this one. So in this case, if I say that this one, so this value is in next row. So first row is done, so this is in next row. So the row value I will increment this, so I will say row plus plus, so that I will be able to go to this row, and then I can start from here. Okay, so that's done. Let's make a comment for next traversal. So in next traversal, this is top to bottom, so I'll write top to bottom. Okay, and when I do top to bottom traversal, then I need to figure out this column is fixed, so I'll write here column is fixed, and row is changing, so I'll write here row is changing, row is changing. Okay, now this will help me to write the for loop, and in a for loop, if row is changing, then where I start this row, so I is, this is row, so we already incremented this, so in this row is changing. Okay, so I is R from this, and I can say I less than row max, I plus plus, come down, increment, count plus plus, and then we need result, append result, matrix, and let's figure out this. So row is changing, so we can easily put the I here. We need to figure out J value, that's the column value. So the column is fixed because this is the column, and the row is changing, so I put the I here, and the column is fixed, and this column is row max, so I'll put row max minus 1. Yeah, so row max, this is a 0 index base, so we need to make rm minus 1, so that's row max. That's done. Once it's done, this column traversal, so the next thing, we want to start from here. So when we start from here, that means this is the next column here, so this one, then our column max, this should be decremented, so I can say here column max minus minus. Okay, so column max minus, that's done. So next thing is, next traversal is right to left, so let me comment this, right to left. Okay, this is done, right to left. So when we do the right to left traversal, then if you see here, row is fixed, so I can write row is fixed here in this example, last row, so row is fixed, but column is changing, column here, this and this, so I can write here column is changing. Okay, now it will be helpful for the for loop. So this the column is changing, so I'll start J, and J should be which one? So from here we are to start, so this is max to, max to this side, so the column max, so I'll say column max minus 1, and J greater than equal to 0, J minus minus. Okay, count plus plus, then write result is equal to append, and result is equal to matrix. Now we need to figure out the I. So in this case, I, that is row, so we know row is fixed here, row is fixed, and this is the last row, so that means I need to put R max minus 1, and the J, we know J is here, so I can just put the column is changing. Okay, so this is done, right to left traversal is done. Next thing is we want to move bottom to top, so for that we want to move this item here, so we want to start from here, so that is row, So that means row, so this is a row max, so row max we can decrement the row max so that we can come to this place and we can traverse. Wait a minute, so yeah, so row max, yeah, so from here we are done, and then we want to start here, so that we want to change the row, so that's a row max. Okay, so row max minus minus, we are done. Now next thing is we need to decide which traversal it is, bottom to top. So let me write the comment bottom to top, and when you do the bottom to top, then this column bottom to top, this column is fixed, so I can say column is fixed, but row change, this row, if there are many, so the row will be changing, so row is changing. Okay, now row is changing, so we know the for we need to start with I. So what should be the I value? So we are here, row is changing, so in this case we're coming from here, this row, so I can put the row max minus 1, and then I greater than equal to it should not be 0 but greater than equal to R, and here also this should be column max is a C column. Okay, and then I minus minus. Okay, so in this case now count plus plus, and result is equal to append result. Need to figure out this matrix I, so we know I change, row is changing, so I can put the I easily here. Now we need to check about the column, so the column is fixed, so the column is the minimum one, so whatever the column value, I can put the column value here. So this traversal is done, bottom to top. Next thing is again left to right, so in this case we need to increment the column, because this 4 is done, we want to start with this, so this is in a next column, so I can increment the column plus plus. So that's it, we return the result also here. And one more thing, I need this condition, I need to put that every place here, so and let me copy this and I'll put it here, also I'll put it here, and I'll also put it here. Let's run it. So okay, undefined rm, which line? It's line 5, rm, new variable, that's also new variable. Let's run it once again. 7, yeah, so let's check. So in this case we can try this 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 1 1 1 2 3 4, expected 1 2 3 4. Oh, for this example, okay, it's trying for this example. Let's take 1 2 3 4 and 1 2 3 4 till here is good. Then after that 8 should come, 8 1 2 3, so row is done, so row is good here, row first traversal, and then there is an issue with the second traversal in this place, I less than rm less than equal to total count, and this is I plus plus. Okay, so in this case this is column is fixed and row is changing, so the column is fixed, so in this case we have to give the column max. It's column fixed, row is changing, so row value, and when I say the column max, yeah, that's done. Okay, submit. Okay, so that's all for now. Thank you.